It was a bustling Monday morning at Riverside General Hospital, the fluorescent lights humming softly above sterile corridors lined with polished floors. Dr. Marcus Ellis, a black man in his early 40s, moved confidently through the hallways, wearing a neatly pressed white coat and carrying a patient file. His calm, composed demeanor radiated quiet authority, the kind earned through years of medical practice, research, and leadership in high-pressure situations. Marcus had seen the best and worst of humanity in his career, and he handled every patient with meticulous care and professional composure, ensuring that even the most difficult situations were met with precision and calm. In one of the waiting areas, a middle-aged white man named Tom Richards sat impatiently, his face flushed with frustration as he waved at Marcus. "Hey, I've been waiting forever. Are you even qualified to handle this?" he yelled, his voice sharp and filled with contempt. Marcus paused, maintaining calm eye contact, and replied evenly, "I assure you, sir, I am fully qualified, and I will attend to your concerns shortly." The man scoffed, muttering under his breath, clearly assuming superiority based on appearances rather than facts. Patients and staff nearby glanced over, sensing tension but unsure how the encounter would unfold. Tom continued to berate Marcus, questioning his experience and ability, and making dismissive remarks rooted in bias. Marcus responded with composed patience, answering every question calmly, explaining procedures clearly, and demonstrating professionalism without retaliation. His calm authority subtly drew the attention of others in the waiting area, including nurses and fellow doctors, who noted how effectively he maintained composure in the face of disrespect. Tom, unaware of the depth of Marcus's experience and achievements, continued to voice his frustration, his assumptions guiding his behavior, while he remained oblivious to the man's true skill and authority. Later that morning, the hospital's emergency alert sounded, and Marcus was called to respond to a critical situation. Tom, who had been waiting impatiently earlier, suddenly collapsed in the lobby, clutching his chest in obvious distress. Nurses and staff rushed to assist him, and Marcus immediately took charge, his calm and decisive movements guiding the team as they stabilized the patient. Tom's eyes widened in shock and fear as Marcus's composed presence dominated the scene, issuing precise instructions while performing life-saving procedures with skill and confidence. The contrast between Tom's earlier disrespect and Marcus's critical authority in saving his life was immediate and stark. As the emergency procedures continued, Marcus maintained focus, his calm demeanor ensuring the team worked efficiently and effectively. Tom's initial anger and arrogance had been replaced with fear and astonishment, his earlier assumptions instantly shattered by the reality of Marcus's expertise and composure. Within minutes, Tom's condition stabilized, and the crisis was averted, leaving him stunned, pale, and speechless. Other patients and staff observed silently, absorbing the dramatic reversal and witnessing the undeniable authority and competence of Marcus Ellis. By the time the immediate emergency subsided, Tom was being moved to a recovery area, his face still pale and reflective. The dramatic contrast between his initial arrogance and the life-saving skill Marcus had demonstrated left an indelible impression on him. Marcus, composed and professional, continued his duties without fanfare, reinforcing the lesson that respect is earned through skill, composure, and consistent professionalism, rather than superficial judgments or assumptions. The encounter, brief yet profound, would leave a lasting impression not only on Tom, but on everyone who witnessed the dramatic reversal of power and respect. The morning after the intense encounter, Dr. Marcus Ellis moved through the hospital with the same calm, assured presence that had defined his career. The corridors of Riverside General were alive with the usual activity. Nurses rushing between patients, doctors discussing cases in hushed tones, and visitors navigating the waiting areas. Yet Marcus navigated it all with measured focus, each step deliberate and composed. The confrontation with Tom Richards had been brief but vivid, a reminder of how quickly assumptions and bias can surface, and how composure and professionalism can instantly counteract disrespect. Marcus did not dwell on the incident. Instead, he used it as a reinforcement of the values that guided his work: patience, precision, and calm authority in the face of unpredictability. Throughout the morning, Marcus reviewed patient charts, checked vital statistics, and consulted with nurses and interns, answering questions with clarity and guiding procedures with quiet authority. His interactions demonstrated a balance of confidence and approachability, commanding attention through competence and calm demeanor rather than assertive posturing. Observers, including younger medical staff, noted the way Marcus maintained control over the environment, subtly influencing the team to operate efficiently and attentively while remaining composed, even under stress. His example reinforced the lesson that leadership is communicated through actions, expertise, and steady behavior, rather than through confrontation or appearances. Later in the afternoon, Marcus participated in rounds, visiting patients, discussing care plans with nurses, and providing reassurance to anxious families. His calm, steady voice and confident manner inspired trust, and even those unfamiliar with his professional stature immediately recognized the authority and competence he conveyed. Meanwhile, Tom Richards, still recovering from his initial frustration, lingered in the recovery area, reflecting on his earlier behavior. The abrupt reversal from arrogance to vulnerability had left a strong impression, highlighting the stark contrast between assumptions based on appearance and the reality of skill, expertise, and professionalism. By evening, Marcus returned to his office to complete documentation, review cases, and plan for the next day. He remained composed and focused, his calm authority continuing to influence those around him, reinforcing a culture of respect, attentiveness, and professionalism. Tom, having been stabilized and moved to a private room, continued to process the morning's events, the memory of Marcus's decisive, confident care, leaving him stunned and humbled. The encounter, though brief in duration, had become a lesson in humility and awareness. Respect is earned through consistent competence, measured action, and composure, and assumptions, especially those rooted in bias, can be shattered instantly when confronted with undeniable skill and authority. By midweek, Dr. Marcus Ellis had fully settled into his routine at Riverside General Hospital, moving through the halls with calm assurance and quiet authority that commanded respect without effort. The memory of Tom Richards' angry outburst lingered not as a source of irritation, but as a reminder of how quickly bias and assumptions can surface, and how composure and professional skill can immediately shift dynamics. Marcus navigated the hospital with measured focus, attending to patients, supervising staff, and ensuring procedures were carried out efficiently, all while maintaining his calm demeanor. His presence inspired confidence among colleagues and patients alike, reinforcing the idea that true authority is demonstrated through competence, calm decision-making, and consistent professionalism, rather than through appearances or titles alone. Throughout the morning, Marcus conducted rounds, speaking with patients about treatment plans, checking vitals, and coordinating with nurses to address ongoing care needs. His instructions were precise, his tone measured, and his attention to detail meticulous. Staff responded promptly and respectfully, aware of the depth of his experience and the calm command he naturally projected. The incident with Tom Richards had served as a subtle lesson for the staff as well, demonstrating how quickly assumptions can mislead and how professional conduct, composure, and skill command immediate respect when it truly matters. Marcus remained composed, interacting with each patient and staff member thoughtfully, ensuring that the hospital environment operated smoothly and efficiently. Later in the afternoon, a medical emergency arose. A patient in critical condition required rapid stabilization. Marcus led the response, directing staff with calm authority, issuing precise instructions, and performing life-saving procedures with skill and confidence. The team moved efficiently under his guidance, responding instantly to his measured commands. Observers, including visitors in the hospital, noted the dramatic difference between the arrogance and disrespect Marcus had faced earlier and the undeniable authority he now displayed in a high-stakes scenario. Every gesture, every instruction reinforced the lesson that competence and composure are the true markers of authority. By evening, Marcus completed his administrative tasks, reviewing patient charts and planning for the following day. Tom Richards, still recovering in his private room, reflected on the events that had unfolded. His earlier anger and assumptions had been instantly overturned by Marcus's professionalism and calm mastery. The encounter had left a profound impression, emphasizing that respect is earned, bias is challenged, and authority is best demonstrated through consistent action, calm composure, and skillful decision-making. Marcus, moving through the hospital with quiet confidence, carried the knowledge that even a fleeting moment of disrespect could be transformed into a lasting lesson in dignity, competence, and the subtle yet undeniable power of professional authority. By the following morning, Dr. Marcus Ellis had settled even further into the rhythm of Riverside General Hospital, his calm authority and composed demeanor influencing every interaction with patients, staff, and visitors. The hospital was alive with its usual activity: doctors and nurses moving efficiently through corridors, patients being wheeled on gurneys, and visitors navigating the waiting areas. Yet Marcus moved through it with quiet confidence, his every gesture measured, deliberate, and composed. The encounter with Tom Richards lingered subtly in the back of his mind, not as a source of anger, but as a vivid example of how assumptions and bias can manifest quickly, and how calm, professional authority can instantly correct misjudgments. Marcus's presence alone reinforced a sense of competence and control, making it clear that he commanded respect through skill and demeanor rather than assertion or confrontation. Throughout the morning, Marcus conducted rounds with the nursing staff, checking patient charts, reviewing treatment plans, and providing guidance with clarity and calm precision. His tone remained even and professional, his actions deliberate and exact, setting a standard for the team and ensuring smooth, efficient operations. Observing staff and interns absorbed his example, noting the ease with which he maintained composure under stress and the immediate respect his calm, authoritative demeanor inspired. Even minor interactions, giving instructions, clarifying procedures, or answering questions, reflected the quiet power of professionalism and composure, demonstrating that true authority is recognized and acknowledged through consistent behavior. Later in the afternoon, a critical case required Marcus's direct intervention. He led the team in stabilizing a patient experiencing severe complications, issuing clear instructions, and performing necessary procedures with precision. Staff responded instantly, their attention and actions guided by Marcus's composed authority. Witnesses, including family members in the waiting area, were struck by the dramatic contrast between the disrespect Marcus had faced from Tom Richards and the undeniable command he now demonstrated in a life-or-death scenario. His calm, measured presence, coupled with skill and experience, created an atmosphere where confidence and respect were earned instantly, reinforcing the lessons of humility, competence, and professionalism. By evening, Marcus returned to his office to finalize reports, review patient charts, and plan for the following day. He reflected on the week's events, aware that the highway and hospital encounters had highlighted the subtle but powerful interplay between assumption, disrespect, and professional authority. Tom Richards, now stabilized and resting, continued to process the dramatic reversal of events, realizing that his earlier behavior had been a product of bias and ignorance. Marcus, calm and composed, carried forward with his duties, secure in the knowledge that even brief moments of disrespect could be transformed into enduring demonstrations of competence, dignity, and quiet authority, leaving lasting impressions on both colleagues and those who had misjudged him. By midweek, Dr. Marcus Ellis had fully established his presence within Riverside General Hospital, his composed demeanor and calm authority shaping the atmosphere of the corridors, patient rooms, and staff interactions. The earlier confrontation with Tom Richards had faded from immediate memory, replaced by the subtle awareness that respect is earned through action, competence, and consistent professionalism. Marcus moved through the hospital with deliberate confidence, attending to patient care, supervising medical staff, and managing administrative tasks with the same measured focus that had guided his career. Each interaction communicated authority naturally, without the need for confrontation or assertiveness, leaving a lasting impression on colleagues, patients, and visitors alike. Throughout the morning, Marcus conducted patient rounds, checking vitals, reviewing charts, and coordinating with nurses on treatment plans. His instructions were clear, precise, and delivered with calm assurance, ensuring that staff responded promptly and efficiently. Observers, including younger medical professionals, noted the quiet confidence with which Marcus maintained control, recognizing the difference between assumptions based on appearance and authority earned through experience, skill, and composure. The contrast between Tom Richards' earlier disrespect and Marcus's current calm command of the hospital environment was striking, providing a powerful example of humility, professionalism, and earned respect. Later in the afternoon, Marcus led a high-stakes procedure, guiding a team of nurses and doctors through a critical intervention. His movements were deliberate, his commands concise and confident, and his calm authority ensured the procedure was executed flawlessly. Family members and patients visitors in the waiting area watched in awe, aware of the dramatic reversal between the initial conflict and the life-saving competence now on display. Marcus's composed presence turned potential chaos into controlled efficiency, reinforcing the lesson that true authority is demonstrated through calm skill and steady decision-making, rather than arrogance or superficial assertion. By evening, Marcus returned to his office to complete documentation, review patient progress, and plan for upcoming cases. He reflected on the week's events, aware that the dramatic experiences with Tom Richards had underscored a broader truth. Composure, competence, and consistent professional behavior command respect in ways that assumptions, bias, and disrespect cannot anticipate. The incident had left a lasting impression, not only on Tom but on staff and observers, illustrating the transformative power of calm authority. Marcus carried the quiet satisfaction of knowing that a potentially volatile situation had been turned into a lasting demonstration of dignity, professionalism, and earned respect, reinforcing the values that had defined his career and shaped the culture of the hospital. By the following week, Dr. Marcus Ellis had fully returned to his rhythm at Riverside General Hospital, moving through the halls with calm authority and quiet assurance that inspired confidence in patients, staff, and visitors alike. The incident with Tom Richards had become more than just a personal confrontation. It was a lesson in humility, perception, and the power of composure under pressure. Marcus navigated the busy hospital corridors with measured steps, checking in on patients, supervising staff, and attending to administrative duties while maintaining the calm, professional demeanor that had earned him respect over decades. His presence alone shaped the atmosphere, conveying competence and authority without a single raised voice. Throughout the morning, Marcus conducted patient rounds, reviewing charts and treatment plans while offering guidance to medical staff. His instructions were precise, delivered with clarity and calm confidence, and the team responded promptly, aware that his expertise and composure demanded attention. Observers, including interns and new nurses, noted the effortless way Marcus maintained control over the environment, balancing patience with authority and demonstrating how professional behavior and skill naturally command respect. The memory of Tom Richards' earlier disrespect served as a vivid reminder of how assumptions can mislead. Yet Marcus's calm, measured approach ensured that authority was conveyed quietly and effectively. Later in the afternoon, Marcus led a critical intervention for a patient in acute distress. He coordinated the team with precise, confident commands, performing procedures efficiently while maintaining composure under pressure. Family members in the waiting area watched, awed by the contrast between the chaos of the emergency and the calm, commanding presence of the doctor who had previously been disrespected. Marcus's demeanor reassured staff and patients alike, demonstrating the transformative power of calm authority and expertise. The dramatic reversal in perception was clear to everyone present. Respect is earned through skill, patience, and consistent professionalism, not through appearances or assumptions. By evening, Marcus completed his documentation, reviewed patient progress, and prepared for the next day's cases. Tom Richards, recovering in his room, reflected on the dramatic reversal he had experienced, his anger and arrogance replaced with astonishment and humility. Marcus, moving through the hospital with quiet confidence, understood that even brief encounters of disrespect could be transformed into enduring lessons in authority, competence, and composure. The week's events reinforced a timeless truth: calm professionalism and skill command respect in ways that bias, assumptions, or casual disrespect never can. leaving a lasting impression on all who witnessed the transformation. By the end of the week, Dr. Marcus Ellis had fully reinforced his quiet authority and professional presence at Riverside General Hospital, leaving an indelible impression on patients, staff, and even those who had initially disrespected him. The memory of Tom Richards' angry outburst had become a powerful reminder of how assumptions and bias can surface quickly, and how calm, measured authority and professional expertise can instantly correct misjudgments. Marcus moved through the hospital with serene confidence, attending to patient care, supervising staff, and conducting administrative duties with the same composed demeanor that had earned him respect over decades. Every interaction communicated competence, calm authority, and professionalism, shaping perceptions without the need for confrontation or assertion. Throughout the day, Marcus met with colleagues, guided medical staff, and checked on patient progress, maintaining the same steady presence that inspired trust and confidence. Observers, including nurses, interns, and visitors, noted the seamless combination of calm composure, clear decision-making, and professional skill that defined him. Tom Richards, recovering from his medical emergency, could not escape the stark contrast between his earlier arrogance and the life-saving authority Marcus had demonstrated. The lesson was immediate and unforgettable. Respect is earned through consistent action, calm competence, and the ability to remain composed under pressure, not through assumptions or superficial judgment. Later in the afternoon, Marcus led the final rounds of the day, addressing patient needs, answering questions, and providing guidance to his team. His calm authority set the tone for every interaction, reinforcing the culture of professionalism, attentiveness, and mutual respect within the hospital. Colleagues and patients alike recognized that true influence is demonstrated not by aggression or entitlement, but by consistent expertise, careful composure, and the quiet confidence that allows one to act decisively when it matters most. By evening, Marcus reflected on the week's events, aware that even brief moments of disrespect had been transformed into lasting lessons in humility, authority, and professionalism. Tom Richards, now fully aware of the dramatic reversal he had experienced, could only reflect in astonishment and newfound respect. Marcus, calm and assured, moved through the hospital corridors and offices with measured confidence, knowing that the impressions he left would resonate long after the incidents themselves. His composure, skill, and quiet authority had not only saved a life, but had also reinforced an enduring lesson. True respect is earned through competence, consistency, and the ability to remain composed under pressure, leaving a lasting impact on everyone who witnessed it.